Welcome to the realities of Michigan bass fishing. We don't have the luxury of spending 4 days on the water to catch our fish. We have 4 hours. This is Bustin' Stick. Welcome one and all. In today's match, we're going to watch Mark Getch come against Brian the Black Cloud McCarter for the Green Oak Golf Carts Big Bass Smackdown. You know, today's match, Mike, it's going to tell us who moves on to fish against One Fish Chris Williams in the semifinals. We watched Chris move up against Matt Melmquist with one fish on what ended up being an extremely tough body of water.
Super tough body of water. Today we're looking for much, much better things.
I hope so.
Prime reason, we're on Mesa Day Lake, fantastic fishery. Mark Getch, big water angler, Lake St. Clair, Lake Erie, Detroit River, loves catching his largemouth on the Detroit River. How he does it sometimes, I have no idea. Brian McCarter, strong inland fisherman, when his head is in the game. Very tough. Loves fishing. Again, I'm going to say it one more time. When his head is in the game, he can fish. Primary reason I really think we're looking at stronger things today, it's Mesa Day Lake, my favorite lake. Big bass, great structure. Two different lakes that fish two different ways.
Blah. Mike, I got to stop you. I'm sorry, but if I let you go on about Mesa Day Lake, we'll be here all day long.
But the lake's worth it.
I understand that, but let's let our anglers show us what they put together. But before we do that, I want to get a lake breakdown with Pete.
The lake is extremely unique because it's basically two lakes. You've got Mesa Day, the main lake where the launch is, and then you've got Lotus Lake. And they're completely different bodies of water. Mesa Day is an extremely deep, it's probably the deepest lake in Oakland County. I think there's spots in there 125 feet deep. And what's crazy about that lake also is there's lake trout in that lake. They've taken and actually put lake trout in that lake. So I think that creates another scenario for the fish that are in there. It's an extremely clear lake, so it can be kind of frustrating. You can see some monsters swimming around.
I've seen that. Yeah.
That absolutely will ignore your bait. Yeah. And it's so frustrating. But then again, you can go to Lotus Lake, which is primarily a largemouth lake, and you can go with your normal largemouth routine.
Okay, so in Mesa Day, if you were going to fish Mesa Day, would you target the largemouth or the smallmouth that are so notoriously talked about in Mesa Day?
You know, it's a tough situation. I absolutely, every time I go, I try and target the smallmouth first.
If the smallmouth's not happening on Mesa Day, where would you go for the largemouth?
That's, again, with this lake being so unique, I basically leave the lake and go to Lotus.
I'm trying to learn something here because I've been on Mesa Day so many times, and you're right, you see those giants swimming around. It is ultra frustrating when you throw bait out there. Usually, if I can see them, I can catch a few fish. Mesa Day, I've had days there with Mike, 4 and 5 hours where we go without a fish, but we're seeing them nonstop.
Absolutely, and that's why I do that. I try and set myself in a time frame. I'll give it maybe an hour on Mesa Day to target the smallmouth, and that usually tells you whether they're biting or not. And if they're not, I'm heading for the, absolutely, I head for the largemouth.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, Pete, thank you so much for coming in today. We're looking forward to this match. Pretty excited about it. We'll see how it fares for these two guys.
The Rod Glove offers full protection for your rods during transport and while in storage. The high-quality, flexible, and UV-resistant material has a high thread count and protects your rod guides and blanks so you can be confident next time you set the hook. Our tapered tip that comes standard on every Rod Glove offers a solution for easy in and out of your rod locker. Rod Gloves are available in a wide array of colors and come in both casting and spinning models. You'll be sure to find a Rod Glove for every one of your rods, as we offer 3 different lengths for both casting and spinning and cover rods between 5 feet all the way up to 8 feet in length. For more information on casting and spinning lengths or for full color selection, visit therodglove.com.
All right, we're going to flip a coin for blast off. As we spoke earlier, you're the old man here, so you're going to call it. Go ahead. Heads it is.
Am I supposed to be going right now, or are we waiting for them? Or what?
You can go anytime.
Oh. Should have known that. Should have paid more attention, huh? All right, basically what I want to do is we're going to start out here on this flat and we're going to work our way right to that point, throw in a top water, see if we can't pick up a couple early fish. Oh, there's a follow right there. He wasn't a keeper, but it's a good sign. Tell you what, if this cloud cover stays like this all day, we're going to have some fun with some top water.
We're just going fishing, gonna see what happens. I'm gonna start here, up in the pads, trying to frog, see if we can get something to go. Yeah, you're always looking for the open spots. The fish will sit and kind of ambush them. You know, kind of just stop the frog in an opening where you see it, and then hopefully we find some fish moving around. Nothing more fun than frog fishing when we gotta find a bite. So a big swirl up there. We might be doing the right thing. That looked like a good fish back in the pads. See him moving back there. I don't know if I can cast that far. Oh yeah. Come on. Eat it. Come on. They don't want it.
Here's a good one right here. Come on, fish. There's literally fish everywhere. For whatever reason, they're not coming up though on my stuff. 1, 2, 3. 3 bass, giant carp, bluegill. This place is like an aquarium. Not the right size. At least I got one to come up on a top water though. Well, this is kind of a weird deal. The spot sets up perfect. It's a flat about 5 feet deep, comes up to 2.5 feet deep, scattered weeds all around. We got overcast skies. I'm seeing bass everywhere. One bite on top water. So we're about to abandon this game plan. Last cast and we're moving. Might be going back to Lotus Lake. Oh, that was a good one too. Maybe we'll stay a couple more minutes. Yep, that's definitely a keeper. Man, they just aren't eating the top water like I want them to, so maybe we'll eat a jerk bait. Perfect conditions for top water. Perfect time of year for top water.
See the pads moving. Just got to get these fish biting. Come on, fish. Gosh, the fish are in there. Just got to get them to eat. See, I'm looking for, you see the pads move a little bit? It's so shallow, it kind of gives away a fish's location. Now, I've seen some fish, I just got to get them to eat. Oh, damn it. Looked to be a decent fish, but he didn't eat it.
That one might stretch. Am I the biggest mess you've ever seen on camera? I mean, give me a break. All the way in. He ain't gonna make it. A lot of bluegill. Ooh, there's a good one. That's the one we need right there. That might be number 1 right there. Yep. This fish stays buttoned up. It is a biggin. Don't do that. That's what we're talking about. Get 5 of those, we're gonna be in good shape. Oh,
Just over an hour in, Brian's got one in the box, and Mark doesn't have a fish in the box yet. You know, Brian took off this morning. He starts right out with a topwater bait and that jerk bait.
Right.
He's catching a lot of short fish, I think 9 to be exact, and and he's landed one pretty decent fish. Mark, on the other hand, he starts out in the pads throwing a frog. He missed 2 or 3 fish, switches over to a swim jig, and he's still missing fish on the swim jig.
Well, you can see differences in the area, the activity, if you will. Brian's in a spot that I think is a really, really great late spring spot or an early fall spot.
Yes.
He's fishing the flat to the break with his jerkbaits or his top water. Mark, on the other hand, he's fishing the pads with a frog. Why a frog in the pads on Mesa Day? I don't know. He missed a couple of fish, moved out to that flat that's just off of those pads with his swim jig, and he's missing fish again on the swim jig. I want to go back to the frog, though. You were there. Give me your opinion. What's going on with the frog? Why is he missing the fish? And the blow-up, why isn't it as productive as it looks like it should be, maybe?
Well, you know, when we watch the footage, it's kind of funny because several times you and I have been out fishing together, and we've done some frog fishing together. And I tell you, there's that 1, 2, or that 1, 2, 3 count before you set that hook, or 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, so on and so forth. And a lot of times, if you just wait till you feel that weight of that fish before you set the hook with a frog, you actually hook up on him. What Mark's doing is he's got that excitement factor going. He knows he only has 4 hours to catch these fish. And when you get a strike in a 4-hour period, when you only have that amount of time to catch your fish, you get that blow up, boy, you get excited. And immediately you want to set the hook. And that's what he's doing wrong, I think, is he's just not pausing long enough to get that hook up with him.
Gotcha, which is a mistake I may still make.
Yeah, but you're improving.
I am getting a little better. Let's get back out to the water, see if Mark can get that down, see what Brian does.
Does look pretty good back here. Got one. Oh, I don't know if he's gonna keep. He's definitely not gonna keep. And if it would have came off, I would have told you it's 4 pounds. That's a big thing with pad fishing. Look for depth under the pads. I want some cover. Little room to sit. The swim jig, it can do a lot of things, so it's kind of nice to get a little spot you want to flip. You can flip it, you can swim it, you can, it's a jig, it'll do about anything. Nice cut bank. You got 6 foot of water here. Oh, we are slamming tournament fish. Together, they might almost be legal. Eat it. Okay, that frog's coming off. Get rid of brand new frog, that no catch fish, for a very war proven one that's a little beat up, but I know it catches fish. Problem is sometimes with new frogs, the rubber's too stiff and the fish doesn't get as good a collapse on the hooks. All right, now this doesn't work, it's just my fault. There we go, back in the water. Oh, come on, that good of a cast and I don't get a hit? Fish just don't appreciate a good cast. We're desperate now. We just need to put a keeper in the boat. They always say the hardest one's the first one and the last one. There we go. That's a better fish, I think. Oh, we got a keeper. Stay down, buddy. Stay down, stay down, stay down, stay down. He doesn't weigh much. And I was thinking I was going to catch smallmouth, but better make sure. I've been staring at some awful small fish today. Oh yeah. Got one. We may have found something out. We went from fishing, structure to outside here, fishing the first drop around this point. There's another little part. Okay, we got a school the wrong size. Oh, they're getting smaller. They are getting smaller. That's a better fish. I will say we stumbled on something. Blind squirrels find nuts. I know it's not even close. What are we measuring it? 13. They're here. Got one keeper. Had that follow up. That was a keeper too. Oh, this lake's got them. That'll make up for all the missed fish when you get about a 6-pounder.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The water's dirtier back here. Well, I guess I should be talking about this. I'm going to switch to go to dock mode for a couple minutes and just see if we can get a couple keeper bites. Basically, I'm just going to skip a 4-inch Nemesis Sicko. I think I know what I should be doing. So I think I need to be out on that back in Mesa Day fishing them drops with a drop shot, just to get 5 going. Old black cloud McCarter strikes again. Spooky. 2 of them swimming together, but they wouldn't look at my bait. Come on. Nothing but little bluegill and stuff back here. We got to get out of here. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing back here. This is not even my style of fishing. I really feel like I should be back in Mesa Day, because at least I have an idea. That was awesome. Of the depths and stuff like that. You know what I mean? The water's clear, and that one little stretch where I caught all them shorts and then got that good bite. I seen a couple other good ones there. I need to be back there, but I don't know what I'm doing right now. Something's wrong with my head. Call it a hunch. I got a gut feeling about, I don't know why I'm here, to tell you the truth. Whoa. A freaking giant followed this fish up.
Well, the guys each managed to put 1 fish in the box. What I don't get is Brian catches a 2.5, 3-ish pound fish and then packs up, moves all the way to the other end of the lake. I don't get it. Why?
I don't understand either. He was in a great spot, what I consider a fantastic spot, late spring, early fall, I've said that. But the spot he moves to, you know what? That's equally, in my book, as good, if not better, year round. He's in a good area. But he only stayed 5 minutes and then he moved back to the other end of the lake.
Yeah, like you said, 10 minutes or so, packs up his stuff, moves into Lotus. He gets into Lotus and right off the get-go starts questioning himself, why am I here? I know I need to be in Mesa Day, but yet stays in Lotus. I just don't get this guy.
I don't understand why he's bouncing so much either. He was in 2 fantastic spots. Mark, on the other hand, worked those pads through the canal, worked up into Lotus, found that big flat that comes off of there, working that flat. He's got his trolling motor kicked up, and he's starting to cover the far side of the lake docks.
Right.
And you know that big, deep channel that runs through there? That's what he's starting to work on and concentrate on, but he's staying put, if you will, trying to find fish there and scouting it out.
Well, I'm hoping this 3rd hour brings us Brian figuring out what he wants to call home and where he wants to set for the rest of the day and catch his fish and see if maybe Mark can't hook up on some of these bites he's getting.
Oh my good God, that's a giant. That's a giant. We're gonna be turning around here in a second and try to catch that one. That's a good 4-pounder. Not the big one. That'll get you excited though, casting to a spot where you just seen a freaking 4-pounder and getting a bite. Come on. We're gonna catch a big one. We're gonna catch a big one. Oh boy, there's all sorts of little ones down there. And they're all biting. The big one is not biting. Oh my good God. I don't know. It's just not meant to be for me. That was a 3-pounder. Came right out and ate it. And I missed him. Stupid fish. Come on. Hungry? Snack size. We gotta go. We gotta go. I just can't find what I'm looking for in this lake.
Yeah, we just got this nice steep drop off with weeds on the edge. That's what the fish were eating on before. Oh. That's not what we're looking for. I don't like you holding on to my Lucky Craft. Okay, definitely 14 inches. Okay, note to self. Those are gar, not largemouth. Oh, crappie. It seems like such a good area. The whole lake looks good, I guess. When in doubt, just cover a lot of water. If I was a fish, where would I be? think I'm gonna go run to those pads again.
Windy. Hopefully that helps the bite. I'm gonna drop shot this weed hump. Nope. 13 1/4. Two giants, two giants, two giants. And they're down there in 9 feet of water and they look big, so they are big. That might be a better one. I don't know though. That's gotta be a better fish. Yep, that's a smallie. And I don't see any buddies with him. He's 13 3/4. He's all chewed up. Oh my good Lord, I can't catch a break. I shouldn't complain, I got a good one in the box, but sure like to have 5. Damn, should have kept the one earlier. Could have had a sandwich.
Yeah, we're just gonna go back and see those couple of fish that blew up on the frog, see if they're still around. Sometimes that's just their home and, you know, they'll come back and you can get them later in the afternoon. Just hoping we might get that guy to bite again, because that first one looked pretty nice. Oh, the wind now is being interesting. Come on, fish. Gobble it up. Moving again. Just picked a steep bank here. So those fish that we did catch were on a drop, and just hoping we can get a couple. Go to a shaky head with the Revolution trick worm. Pretty natural looking and usually catches a lot of fish. We need a fish. Huh. Let's see, he just caught one out off the break. Doesn't look big though. Huh, apparently it was legal. Oh.
So Brian starts out the third hour back in Lotus, regardless of the fact that he's not finding what he wants to find back there.
Right.
And knowing he should be in Mesa Day. You know, he's catching some short fish. He's starting to see a lot of big girls. And according to Brian, that's really getting him excited. But you know what? Missing fish and in catching short ones seems to be the name of his game today.
You know, Brian's evidently he's a pretty good singer. We heard the song he was singing out there. But that's not going to help him catch fish. Mark, I think the last hour he made 12 different fish calls trying to call the fish. That's not going to work. These guys have got to find a way to put them in the boat. Or let's make up our mind and go where we know we should be instead of being where we are. I mean, seriously.
You know, what I like about Mark, though, is he really seems to be enjoying himself. He's catching shorts. He's missing some good fish. He's spending a lot of time back in Lotus, most of his time on that little flat area and around that point that he's been fishing. But it's exciting to watch him. He's really enjoying himself.
You know, he's catching a lot of fish. He's catching a lot of species of fish. No keeper bass. He's got that trolling motor kicked up. He headed to the docks on the far side of Lotus. That was no help to him. He headed back to the pads to fish the pads. That was no help to him. I think he got enough frustrated, or however you want to characterize it. He packed up, he headed to Mesa Day proper, and he headed to the quarry side, which, as you know, coming up this way, there's those deeper docks, and I think that's the way he's going to be working up, and that's just off to the side of where Brian was catching his fish, which is a great area in itself.
Absolutely. You know, unfortunately, it looks like we're going to end this hour 3, and I can't believe it. One fish in each guy's box on Mesa Day Lake. Even you catch fish on Mesa Day Lake.
Yes, even I do catch fish on Mesa Day Lake. That's what, again, like you, surprises me. They each only have one fish. So, you know what? All we can do is head to the weigh-in, and you can finish up the show at that point.
2 pounds, 14 ounces. Mark, your fish weighed 2 pounds, 1 ounce. Well, it looks like we've got another one fish win on Mesa Day Lake. Is this just the Brian McCarter Black Cloud Curse? I don't know, Brian. welcome. You see I'm dressed for the occasion.
Yeah, you're a smart man.
I'm expecting rain at any moment.
It could be here.
You know, Brian, are you even wearing shoes today?
I did bring shoes today. Yeah, well prepared.
That's a first for everything.
Well, you know.
You know, you spent a lot of time, Brian, back in Lotus Lake. You were questioning yourself a lot about that. I couldn't quite figure out why you stayed back there when you were saying to yourself, I need to be in Mesa Day.
Well, basically, the thing behind that was where I started on Mesa Day, I kind of started to piece together the puzzle. There's a lot of fish there. It was a good drop, and I was throwing a jerkbait. It was something I really have a lot of confidence in. I felt like I needed to kind of expand on the area a little bit, so I zipped through there with the trolling motor. I seen exactly how it laid out. I seen a school of fish. They were super spooky. I made the decision to leave them alone for a little bit. I felt like I owed it to myself to at least check Lotus out. And as I was driving back there, I really seen some stuff on shore, the contour lines of the shore that I liked. I really thought I might be able to come back by that with the jerkbait and find some schooling fish. At the same time, I couldn't stop thinking about those ones that I found on Mesa Day. So it was kind of like catch-22. Do I stay? I felt like I could catch some fish in Lotus, or do I go back and really try to pound on those fish that were spooky but there?
You know, how difficult did you find Mesa Day Lake to be?
It's extremely difficult. It's a deep, clear lake. Gets a lot of tournament pressure. The fish on that particular day were very, very spooky. I had several come up and look at jerkbait. I had them come up, look at a top water. I think I had a couple come up and nose down on a drop shot, but they just wouldn't, I couldn't get them to bite.
That clear water does make it tough, and we
Absolutely.
had fairly calm conditions that day, as we talked about earlier.
A little bit of rain, overcast.
Yeah. If you were to go back to Mesa Day, what would you change up, if anything?
I'll tell you the truth, I'm working on a new bait right now that it's pretty much designed specifically for those deeper lakes, the lakes where the fish suspend on the drops and stuff like that. If I could go back tomorrow, I would have a pocket full of those. Still working on it, but it's pretty close to being released, and I really feel like I would have been able to really put them fish in the boat.
Well, when you get a pocket full of those, let me know, because I'd like some of those.
Absolutely.
You know, now that you've fished with us, what do you find to be the hardest aspect of our format?
The hardest aspect is actually the one that I thought I would be not bothered by, and that is the fact that you're only fishing against one person. I know that, you know, we've always been told don't fish against the anglers, fish against the fish.
Right.
And in a 20 boat, 50 boat, 100 boat a tournament, that's not hard to do because everybody's off doing their own thing, and that's all you can do is concentrate on your fish. When you're fishing against one other guy and you see him sitting on one spot for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, you can't help but think, man, he's getting them. And here you are with 0 or 1 fish in the boat, you know, and that really starts to weigh on your mind. It takes your focus off the fish and puts it on, what do I need to do right now to catch up to this guy? So.
Well, I tell you, Brian, it seems like it really worked out for you. Looks like you're going to be moving on to the semifinals to fish against One Fish Chris Williams on a lake that not too many people have fished a lot. So we're pretty excited to see that.
All right.
And our next episode is going to take us out to Middle Straits Lake with Garrett Paquette taking on Aaron Kuchel.
You're going to do this to me.
Who do you like in this match?
You're going to get me in trouble. These are both really good friends of mine. Garrett Paquette is on my pro staff. Aaron is actually helps me make the baits. It's a toughie. I'm going to go with Aaron. I'm going to tell you why. He's a phenomenal finesse fisherman. I know a little bit about Middle Straits. I've never been on it. I've heard some things about it. I know it's a tricky bite out there. I think Aaron will put together the finesse bite and get him to go. And the guy's a snappy dresser. He's got my vote.
He's going to look good on film with us.
He's going to be sharp.
Maybe we can get a picture of me and him together.
Well, we'll work on it.
I'm pretty snappy in this rain gear.
I like that.
Well, I tell you what, good deal. Until next time.
Hook up or shut up.
This is a Brandy Rocks production.